It's the Annealer reveal. It is Thursday, the 20th. This watch doesn't have the date on it. I think it's the 29th. It's a beautiful day. It's actually Wednesday right now. Tomorrow's the 30th when this Annealer reveal is live. Everybody knows that when we make glass products on our Tuesday night Gathering Point show, it was show number 208. Could call them episodes. I don't know what the difference between a show and an episode is, but 208 last Tuesday, yesterday for me right now, and the glass has to cool down for 16 hours before we can sell it, ship it out, take a look at it, see the true colors of the glass. So today's the day we unload the Annealer so we can use that box tomorrow. And I've got the products here. The ones that are sold are going to be shipping out tomorrow. The ones that are still for sale will be on the website, and the ones that may never go for sale because there's something incredible and we got to keep it, we'll talk about that a little bit here later in the show. But if you guys joined us for Tuesday's show, it was a blast. We had a great time. Oliver was with us. We had Chris, Michelle, we had Bess and Heather working on tech support. Almost everything worked smooth on the tech end of things, except for the first of 2023, the camera overheating. We've hit like 50 degrees. It was still snowing here today, actually, and still the camera was overheating during our show, and that's how it goes in a glass shop. So we're getting used to that, but the pieces turned out amazing. We were super happy. I think she was just screaming, Michelle, that the dog was loose running around the shop. So if he comes in here, watch out. But incredible show. We made some really cool pieces. Oliver had a first attempt at his own mushroom that he was going to make for the giveaway. It didn't turn out too nice, and so we've got a giveaway for you here. Didn't make it off the pipe, but it was a great attempt, and he's learning. He's coming along really nicely. So we can start it up with the warmer-up, but we didn't get a lot of pieces done. The first thing we did was spin the wheel, the GA Challengers Cup wheel, and we had Hockey Town in Detroit, Dearborn Glass Academy special. So we got the hockey pucks out. We were dishing the glass puck around, the glass biscuit, and we shot it in the goal a couple times, and it was a nice warmer-upper. We were all warm after that. The first thing Chris did, actually, as a warmer-upper blown piece, is this mushroom. And every time we make a mushroom, we make a bunch of different styles of mushrooms. Every time we make one on the show, we really try and switch up the style and switch up the texture and switch up the color of each piece so it's individual, so that people that are watching the show get an opportunity to purchase something that's completely one of a kind from the Gathering Point show. And this one's signed right on the bottom here, show number 208. Every piece is signed from the show, so you know it was made live. And you buy this piece, and 2 years later, we're on show number 350 or whatever it is. You can go back and you can remember what show it was on and actually see that piece being made for the first time. So that's super cool. We used bar color up on the top for these amazing spots, and Chris encased it so it looks extra glassy up on the top here. Another really cool technique that's kind of reminiscent of the goblet that I had made on show, maybe it was 204 or 203, the last goblet show we did. It was called the mezzo stampo technique, where it was perfectly smooth on the top of the glass and came down into straight ribs on the bottom part of the glass. This has got a similar technique here where it's smooth up top and you turn to the side. It's a little tough to catch, but you can see in here we've got these clear, solid stripes coming down. The texture of the gills of the mushroom are present on this one. Really cool brown natural stem, green. Oliver casted up a really nice patty. I think it's the first patty he's ever cast, and really nice. Couple of greens, nice watery clear base. It sits perfectly flat, and this is a beauty. 2 raindrops on the side coming down, super watery. But this one's for sale. I know it was put up on the website. I don't know if it was sold or not. I don't have that information in my brain. But if you're interested in that kind of piece, check it out on the website if it is for sale. You go to the Gathering Point page on the Glass Academy website, and you can see all the pieces that were available that night. I believe there's 1 or 2 mushrooms left, individual mushrooms we sold on our featured product table. And then there is this piece, very likely available as well. The next piece we did was a collaboration between Chris and I, and it turned out incredible. We're super happy with it. Couple different techs we've never done before, and something that we're really proud of, to the point of Michelle coming in just before I'm doing this. She showed up at the studio and walked over and said, I think we're not gonna make that for sale. She said she wanted to take it down from the website and keep it and have it be a memorial piece, which my grandma tells me all the time, you guys gotta stop selling your favorite pieces and you need to save some of them. And she's like, it's a really great thing when you just give me your favorite pieces and I'll hold on to them for you. So I love you for that, Grandma. I don't know if this one's coming to your house, but she does have a beautiful collection of our pieces, and this one is just gonna have to be saved because it was a perfect collaboration between Chris and I. Oliver was involved on it as well. It turned out so amazing that we didn't opt to add any of the original design. We were gonna have big grass pushing out over the side, like this branch had fallen down into some tall grass and pushed it over, but it didn't need it. I mean, Chris made a ridiculous log. The texture, the color on this thing, it just looks like it's been rotting away. It's hollow, look at that. And then of course you got this amazing, great idea of a hole right here. And we're still gonna get some moss. I actually have some petrified moss at home that I think would look amazing in here, that wouldn't go bad or wouldn't need to be watered or anything, depending on where it ends up. If it's a piece right in the house, maybe we're gonna put real moss in it, I don't know. But perfect color for the shroom stems. This kind of like translucent, spotty white. It looks exactly like shroom color. And then you got the bright red classic with white spot shroom caps. They're all blown, they're completely hollow, so this isn't too heavy of a piece, but it's one of the most realistic, aesthetically pleasing, and one-of-a-kind pieces I think we've made on the show, and probably a good 20, 25 shows. Super cool one-of-a-kinder. The last little feature, which I'll get real and close to the camera for, is this little fella. Can you spot him right there? Bright orange. He's looking right at you right now. He's not fast, but he is slimy, folks. That's a GA snail right there. And a big shouts out to Mo, who does torch work. She had made a few of these when we first designed our snails as like a, hey, we love the snails. We're gonna give you one of these for just putting on your desk. And I had 3 of them, and this was one. It wasn't the fan favorite on the show, actually. The larger one was, but I thought with the colors going on here and how brown this log is, I thought the bright orange is gonna make a really nice accent, and I think it was the right call. So, just a ridiculous piece, out of control, happy with it. We're gonna have to experiment more with it. These mushrooms are perfect for on something like this, and just super, super happy. Right after the show, Chris and I were talking about making a huge one. We wanna make one like this big, put it in the gallery in Ann Arbor, and really just get crazy on a piece together. It sounds like a blast. So that took up a good majority of the time. I'd say 45 minutes to an hour of the show, honestly. So we came down to it, and Oliver had like 8 minutes, like it usually comes to somehow, to make the giveaway. And if you guys had entered into the giveaway to win Oliver's piece, this was the question right here. Have you ever taken a glassblowing class? What did you like about it? Enter to win, and you guys know how that works. You send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com, and we compile those answers, we read over them, we think about them, and they're not always as pointed as that, but I think it will be a cool thing in the future if we can start some discussions based off of those and have some VIP perks based around those answers. And we love reading your guys' answers. It's not always time to go through a list of them on the show, but we do get a pretty good kick out of them. Michelle reads them all. When there's really good ones, she'll hand me the sheet and I get to read over a bunch of them. So it's a really cool thing, and we love hearing what you guys have to say. You send that to enews@glassacademy.com, and that's how you're entered to win each week. And we'll do a giveaway. Last week was a nest bowl we made on the show. This week, since Oliver's, he went to swing it and get it longer, and he overswung it one time, and it dripped out. It was a bubble that dripped. If this is the end of the pipe, it dripped about this long. It was like a super long, hollow teardrop. And so that just wouldn't work for a mushroom. It was a great experiment and a great first attempt to get Oliver's hands on creating a piece or being the head on a piece there. But it didn't make it. So we said and we promised, as we always do, we're giving away our 208th piece over the last few years. This is gonna be one of our classic mushrooms of this year. We redesigned them so that we've got this incredible dot and spiral pattern on the top of it. And this is one of my favorite colors. You guys heard me talk about that on the featured product table last night, Baby Yoda Green. So I picked this little baby out for you guys. This will be given away on next week's show. Super sweet mushroom. We're still kind of working around the exact pricing of where it's going to land, but it's going to be right about $52, where most of those mushrooms were last night. So it's a $52 value. Either be shipped out to an amazing recipient, or if they're local, they can come pick it up. But get your entries in for this guy. We're going to be giving him away next week on Tuesday. A great idea, I think it was from Heather, was we showed off these experimental show pieces on the Gathering Point show. This is from last Sunday's experimental show, but I'm going to show them off again here on the Annealer reveal, so we're all on the same page. This was from the experimental show. I don't know if anybody watched it, but the color in the background showing really nicely how that casting turned out. You see those words, that word right there, Dearborn, hometown of Henry Ford. This was cast onto a sewer cap, and if you don't watch our experimental shows, Sunday at 9 a.m. we send a link out with our e-news. Oh, I knew I was missing something. You guys should check those shows out. Here comes one of the last pieces. I knew there was something that we were missing, but take a look at this guy. Freshly fried up. Michelle just took this pan out the oven. You know, as glass blowers, we can hold pans like this with our bare hands. So that's how I'm not getting burned right now, but this egg is ready to go on the egg sandwich. We've got English muffins in the toaster oven, and let's pull it out the pan and just take a gander at it. This is that same mushroom stem color. This is about as realistic of an egg as you can get. Perfectly flat on the bottom, a little bit of height on it, but definitely flatter here, and Michelle picked out the perfect color for an egg yolk. Look at how glassy it looks. Look at the light refracting around here, the way it indents in. Shows that you've got a little bit of something or other. It's not perfectly water here. It's got some concaveness to it, a little bit of flowing motion of the ocean. But that just turned out super cool. It's a really cool piece. I believe this one's on the website for sale. Nothing's on the website for sale. She wants that one too. So soon enough, we're just going to start a history museum instead of a glass sales product site. But that's super cool. Pretty sweet warmer-upper. The theme was mushrooms and eggs. We have our spring show extravaganza, 12th annual, coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be open from 11 to 4. Live demos will be 1:30 to 4. And it's well worth coming through. We're releasing a couple new products, a lot of new designs and styles that are going to be in the site, a lot of brand new eggs, a lot of new mushrooms, some really cool garden pieces. And so when we were talking about eggs, we had to just whip up a cool little egg like that. So that was the Dearborn puddle there. This is the backside of this guy, which didn't turn out as nice. It's a pretty large piece, but you can see the spoke of the Model T right there. And then it said home of Henry Ford down here. It's inverse, so actually you'd be looking through it like this, or like this. There's home, hometown of Henry Ford. And there's your half a Model T. So it did work out pretty nice when the lighting's right. You can see what's going on. But that's pretty cool. Then you see this busted part here. It wasn't busted when we put it into, or took it out of the box. I set it on the table for about a week until we were going to show it off here. And because it was so thick, you see that's almost an inch thick right there. We actually have a diagram listed next to each of the annealers that based on the thickness of whatever piece you're annealing, you need to change the cycle longer or shorter because it takes a longer time to cool down. So we didn't change the cycle. We had a full box full of product, and this was completely experimental. I honestly thought it'd be totally fine, but multiple days later, we weren't in here. I never heard it pop, but something popped, and it split off that like 20% of the piece. So, pretty good. I think that's a lot of good information. Love doing the annealer reveals and showing you guys the true colors. It definitely didn't look bright yellow when we were making that mushroom. Neither did those look bright red. So they look really beautiful finished up like that. I can't promise what's going to be for sale and what's not. I do know this mushroom is very likely going to be for sale if it's not already sold. And we're going to have to just get those up when we get to them. Also, folks, you definitely want to keep an eye out for a sweet new promo we're doing. It's going to be on YouTube. It has to do with a video we're posting. We'll give you all the information for it, but if you're going to share and follow or you're going to do something of that sort, we're doing a $50 gift card giveaway. So it's all about social media. Keep an eye out for it. We'll give you all the information, but it's coming up really soon, and we're looking to get some promotions going and a little bit of gift card action in your guys' pockets. Come through this weekend, guys. Again, it's from 11 to 4. Stop by. We got a lot of press out there. We were just on Fox 2. We're going to Channel 6 or something tonight as well. We're really trying to pump it up and get a great atmosphere in here and get people live and in person again. We will do a little Facebook Live update for all you folks that are out of town that won't be able to make it, but I did hear on the live feed last night that we got 3 or 4 people coming to make the trek from different states, which is super exciting, and really looking forward to it. So hope you guys have a great week. It's Thursday. If you don't see anything or if you don't come visit us, you're going to see a little live video. Make sure to watch the experimental show. We did something really cool this week. You're going to want to watch with me, Oliver, and Joey. That comes out at 9 a.m. through the e-news. And when you enter to win, you'll be entered into our e-news that you can change and set up the settings the way you want as well. I think they come out twice a week. But that's a lot of great information. Holler if you guys got questions. We appreciate you all. Big thanks to our VIP supporters as always. And next Tuesday, remember, to the VIPs, we're going to be reaching out to you pre-6 o'clock show to give you a little update on the brand new mushrooms that we're releasing and give you a little heads up situation. That's a perk of being a VIP member. So thank you guys, sponsors of our amazing show and patrons of the art, and we will talk to you guys this weekend or Sunday or Tuesday.